responsibility. Ask the police who's stopping you from killing me. Disasters, fiascos, a loop by PE. The desires that we believe on TV. Riches, bitches, as we think about snitches. Watch the masses move as the masses switches. System distant, but barely missed her. My soul intention to save my brothers and sisters.
Welcome to the autumn-winter season of Sitting with Discomfort, online talks exploring race, racism, and racialized experience. To contextualize, Sitting with Discomfort came about after the tragic murder of George Floyd, and we acknowledge that the violence and injustice brought about on people of African descent didn't start there, and neither did it stop. Sitting with Discomfort hopes to maintain the momentum for and promotion of anti-racism in an age of potential change. Whether you regard it as a movement or simply a moment, we feel that ongoing attention to a cause that has been invisible and silent to the majority of people until now needs to be brought into the spotlight and remain there until there is change. Now, why Sitting with Discomfort, you may say? We know that discussing race and calling out racism is an uncomfortable topic of conversation for those with lived experience and those coming to terms with their complicity in it for the first time. We hope that these sessions will enable a solidarity of thoughts and, through the experience of mutual discomfort, a deeper understanding of one another may arise.
In thinking about it, I thought our relationship with whites, there's always a power imbalance.
The anger, the loss of displacement and the trauma that we went through at the time continues to this day.
And me and my female friends, basically what I would say, we stayed under the radar. We knew that the boys were going to get it, but we were kind of allowed to progress, which was always interesting to me.
Unconscious bias is also a collection, therefore, of learned stereotypes.
Because the sentiment, black on the outside, white on the inside, has existed for, decades, if not longer, with things like bounty, coconut, chalk ice.
During expansionist imperialism and ensuing colonialism, references to the earth as a thing to be penetrated, indeed, as women were.
I also had the awful experience whilst walking with my siblings of being pelted with stones, along with racist abuse. In reflecting on this, I find it extraordinary now to reflect that in those days, we did not even think of reporting it to the police.
I became fascinated with the idea of who gets to tell stories, who controls narratives. Why is it important that when you're hiring the community engagement manager, that they're a person of colour, that they come from the community, but that isn't reflected across any other decision-making or power-holding positions?
For societal change and for the betterment of women's lives. But why are we focusing on black women? Why don't we universalize it? Because, other women have similar experiences. And I thought to myself, there we go. I don't want to universalize this because
people of colour and black people, we're kind of just like, oh, well, that's just, sometimes you can be like, oh, well, that's just how life is, rather than acknowledging, actually, no, there are systems and they look different. And within every system, whether it's education, government, all of it affects us negatively.
The history of imperialism, celebrated, whether that's from education right through to various structures of racism that exist, that are embedded within Western society, especially the UK.
women, because although there is so much the world can learn from the experience and knowledges of Black women, many people are still waking up to this.
No bird sang when Grenfell fell. The flowers didn't bloom when Grenfell fell. The sun didn't shine when Grenfell fell. The kids didn't play when Grenfell fell. The moon didn't glow when Grenfell fell. The dogs didn't bark when Grenfell fell. The leaves didn't fall on that dreadful day. Darkness covered the day, dread and dismay.